Today's Monday, but I just couldn't see myself going to work this morning. It's a little bit cooler this morning than it has been. But I was in the low 70s, which isn't cool really, but feels better than it has. There's not any humidity. It's a nice breeze blowing. Christy told me this weekend that we had about 3 packs of hamburger meat left. So today I think we're on doe patrol. I haven't shot a doe in about 12 years. I think it was. We was talking about it the other night. We've just killed enough bugs to not have to kill for meat, but this last season I didn't get to hunt like I wanted to, and I didn't kill but one 8-point. And we had a pretty good bit of meat left in the freezer, but not enough to get us through another season. So Big Nanny comes through today. I may go ahead and try to get her. Beautiful morning this morning. It's clear. Sun's just now starting to come up. Got a winds out of the southeast this morning. Got a really good trail right here in front of me. Sitting just north of it. I mean, wind is perfect for this spot. So really hoping that if a deer comes through here, maybe they can't pick me out. I'll show y'all something right here. I don't know if y'all can see that old ladder stand right there. That's when you know you're in the right spot. You ever come into old head of woods and find an old stand like that, somebody's probably done figured them out. Really great place to start scouting if you're ever on private land. It's a little hole I've got cut out right there, so got a little bit of food out there for them. I'm hoping that that's where they're gonna walk to. It's right at 20 yards. Anyway, let's get to hunt and see what we can do. I have no idea what just happened. I don't know if y'all can even see that on camera, but I just had several deer come running by. They didn't wind me, they were downwind, or upwind, I'm sorry. It's real windy this morning, so I don't know if they had them boogered up. I'm not even real sure where they went to. I don't think that I scared them. I don't know how many there was. There's at least 6. I think I saw 8. Comes one right now under me. think I heard her go down. I hit her a little bit further forward than what I was wanting to. Shoot a big 2-inch range, so hopefully she's gonna be down just right over there. Whew. Man, tell you what, man, it's hard to beat this feeling. And I don't mean killing animals. I mean being out here in God's creation. Just having the opportunity to be able to do this and hunt for food. Everybody else is going to the grocery store, complaining about, beef prices. The government's crazy right now. Everything's just out of whack. But if you learn how to do this, you can come out here and you can harvest your own food. I mean, not just from a money standpoint, but just from, I don't know, being able to just take the pride in learning how to do it and coming together and actually, having some success. I tell you what, I had a real close call this year. That's the first time I pulled the trigger since I've had surgery. I'm telling you, I don't know how much it means to me that God let me have this opportunity one more time. Whew. Anyway, we'll start getting all this stuff packed up, climb down. We'll go see if we can find my arrow.
Well, as y'all can see, I am mounting a deer instead of skinning a deer. As much as I hate it, that deer was not recovered. If you ever bow hunt long enough, everybody's heard this before, it's going to happen to you. This ain't the first time it's happened to me, and it won't be the last. I hate it. What happened? I've been bow hunting for 20 years, and I should have known better. But that doe came in about 20 yards and was quartering away from me. I thought just slightly. And where I'm hunting, it's kind of a tight little piece of land. The neighbors are not crazy about me going over there onto their property. They're not anti-hunters. They just don't like anybody on their land. So if I shoot a deer here, I try to heart shoot it. I try to get it to where it falls close. And I just try to sneak in a heart shot. And what I did, I aimed right behind that front shoulder at the offside shoulder. Instead of shooting it back in the ribs, I was going to try to shoot at the heart, and the deer had actually quartered a little bit more than I thought that it had. Didn't even realize it until I went back and looked at the video footage and saw what I had done. It made me sick, because when I got down, I knew I had shot a little further than I had planned on toward the front, but I really thought that deer was going to be down. And after looking at that footage, I realized why I didn't really find any blood. There was no blood where I shot. And it took me about 30, 40 yards to pick up some drops. And even after that, I ended up trailing her for a little over a quarter mile before we run out of blood. And it was, spotty at best. I got good penetration all of my arrow. It was just bad shot placement. And it was bad on my part. I shot right where I intended to shoot. It was just the wrong shot. So, I hate it. I posted something on Facebook about, how sick it makes you when you do that. And it's kind of hard to recover from, because for one thing, it makes you lose some of your confidence in your shooting ability. You start thinking about, what if that had been a 12-point or whatever, and that really doesn't matter because that's an animal that, you were going to harvest and take alive to provide for your family. And you just hate for something like that to happen. I had a guy comment on my Facebook post talking about how, the main thing is you give it 150% trying to recover that animal. I never really thought about that before, even though, growing up, you didn't leave an animal in the woods. If it was wounded, you found it if it was possible. As long as you could stay on its track, stay on its trail, if you thought it was a vital hit, you did everything you could to try to recover that animal. And, from what he was saying, I guess I kind of take that for granted because when I was a kid, that's just the way that I grew up. I don't know if everybody has ever been told that or thought about that before. But, being a deer hunter, man, there's a lot of respect for these animals. People that don't do it probably assume that we just get our kicks off just shooting deer and killing, but it's not like that. You put a lot of thought, a lot of effort, a lot of money into hunting for one thing, but you put a lot of thought into shooting animals. When you do it, it affects you in a weird way. At least it does me. Every time I ever pull the trigger, it's a weird feeling. It's somewhere between joy and sadness. Because the animal had to give its life, and at the same time, God provided you food to eat. That's why He put these animals here, was for us to be able to harvest them and feed our family. But man, to shoot one and not be able to find it, and come to find out that deer is probably more of a flesh wound. I'm really hoping that it doesn't suffer. But where it was hit, I did not hit hard. If I had hit hard, that deer wouldn't have gone very far at all, considering the distance of the shot and all. But anyway, I guess now I'm just going to have to pick myself back up off the floor and dust myself off, because I still need deer meat. And now I've done shot a $12 arrow and a $20 broadhead, and I still don't have any meat in the freezer. At least not much left. I've got about 3 packs of hamburger meat. And between having to live with wounding a deer and thinking about the confidence level of my shooting ability, it's just going to make it that much tougher the next time. But the good thing is, I've got plenty. They're a little overpopulated here. I saw 8 when I took that shot. There's still plenty in there, and really too many for the amount of land and food there is around here. So I haven't shot a doe in years, and here I really need to take out a few of them. So we'll give it a few days and let the woods die down. Where I was back there walking around, I was back there for probably close to 3 hours, as little blood as I was finding, before I finally lost the trail on it. I guess maybe here in a few days I'm going to go back there, get back in the tree, and hope one does the same thing again. But anyway, I guess that's why they call this hunting and not killing, is what everybody always says. That's why I named this the Cedar Ridge Chronicles, because it's not really a hunting show. It's not really a fishing show. I kind of wanted to make some content that honestly might be helpful for people, just based on my successes and failures. I do this stuff a lot. And I really wanted to document it so that I could keep up with some of it for myself. And some people suggested a YouTube channel, and I really, come to think of it, think that this would probably help a lot of people just seeing what I do wrong. There's a lot of stuff you can learn. You don't ever quit learning about deer and fish. It doesn't matter how old you get or how many times you do it. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. I'm going to mount these deer heads and lick my wounds, try to take my mind off of something, maybe listening to some music or something, and try to regroup. We're here in a few days. We're going to try it again.